Welcome to this online course, What is Ayurveda? The course is designed to introduce you to the basics of Ayurveda. I'm Denise O'Dunn, your instructor. There are 5 lessons in this course that answer the questions, what is Ayurveda? When did Ayurveda begin, and how did it progress? How are the elements of ether, air, fire, water, and earth involved in Ayurveda? What is a dosha? And how do you find balance according to Ayurveda? What is Ayurveda? Ayurveda is the study of natural law, through which everything and everyone is governed. An example is cause and effect, which can be demonstrated in Ayurveda as the observation of like increases like, and opposites create balance. Ayurveda is the original medicine of India. It's known as the foundation of all healing practices, including the basis for modern allopathic medicine. Ayurveda is the understanding of your connection with the rhythms of nature. You are a natural being. You are made up of the same elements as all of nature, but in your own unique combination. Therefore, you respond to the influences of nature in a specific way native to you alone. Ayurveda is an ancient system of preventative health care, rejuvenation, and longevity. Ayurveda provides daily and seasonal routines to maintain balance, along with measures to help regain balance when needed. Ayurveda is a contemporary way of life that creates harmony through personal balance. Ayurveda heightens your awareness of your unique needs with principles and practices that can be applied to your day and throughout your life. When did Ayurveda begin, and how did it progress? The word Ayurveda means science of life. Therefore, the essence of Ayurveda has always existed. As long as there has been life on earth, the principles of Ayurveda have been present. Ancient Vedic texts tell us that the rishis, the holy ones of India, acquired the knowledge of Ayurveda through prolonged meditation and the keen observation of nature. Their inquiry was based on their intense desire to end all suffering. Because Ayurveda predates the written word, its exact beginnings are difficult to calculate, but we know the Vedic texts, the documents where Ayurveda is recorded, date well beyond 5,000 years. Ayurveda has thrived in India for thousands of years despite its historical invasions and occupations. When the English established colonial rule over India, the practice of Ayurveda was driven out of the major cities. As the English established domination over the culture, Ayurveda schools were forced to close, and the medical practice of Ayurveda was replaced by Western medicine. Ayurveda survived outside the major population centers and continued to be practiced and taught in the villages and homes. The practice of Ayurveda never ended. When India reclaimed its independence from British rule in 1947, the education and medical practice of Ayurveda began to flourish once more. Ayurvedic medicine is recognized by the Indian government and is practiced in addition to modern allopathic medicine. The first Ayurvedic school of record in North America dates to the mid-1980s. Ayurveda is becoming better known in the USA as it is being embraced by the millions who have learned about it through their practice of Hatha Yoga. How are the elements involved in Ayurveda? Ayurveda is based on elemental principles that pertain to life on earth. Ayurvedic philosophy establishes the 5 great elements as the building blocks of the natural world. The elements that Ayurveda recognizes are ether, also known as space, air, fire, water, and earth. Ether, or space, is akasha. Akasha is ever present. It is the only non-material element. It is the space between matter. Akasha exists where nothing else exists. Ayurveda teaches that ether is fine, subtle, soft, light, porous, and smooth in quality. Air, vayu, is the gaseous form of matter. Air is mobile, dynamic, light, cold, rough, fine, subtle, and dry in quality. Fire, Agni, is the transformation of matter. Fire is hot, sharp, subtle, fine, light, slightly sticky, and radiant in quality. Water, apas, is matter without stability. Water is liquid, slippery, cold, soft, compact, heavy, and moist in quality, and, depending upon the temperature, can become solid. Earth, prithvi, is the solid state of matter. Earth is heavy, hard, stable, compact, rigid, unctuous, and dense in quality. What is a dosha? Ayurveda explains that the 5 elements pair up in 3 combinations to form the primary forces of nature called doshas. The doshas are derived from the elements. The doshas are the 3 regulatory principles of Ayurveda. The doshas contribute to the existence of all things. The union of a primary and secondary element produce each dosha. Ether and air form vata. Fire and water make up pitta. Water and earth create kapha. Vata is the subtle energy consisting of the elements of ether and air. The qualities of vata are light, cold, dry, mobile, subtle, clear, and rough. Vata regulates the movement of all things. The wind is a good example of the ether and air elements of vata. Pitta is the dynamic force comprised of all the elements of fire and water. The nature of pitta is light, hot, oily, mobile, liquid, and sharp. Pitta is responsible for transforming all matter. Steam is a good example of the fire and water elements of pitta. Kapha is the stable form composed of the elements of water and earth. The characteristics of kapha are heavy, cold, oily, static, gross, cloudy, smooth, slow, wet, dense, and soft. Kapha holds everything in nature together. Mud is a good example of the water and earth elements of kapha. How do you find balance according to Ayurveda? Ayurveda teaches that you were born with a unique combination of the doshas that result in your prakriti, or constitutional nature, also referred to as your original nature. Your prakriti is fixed throughout your lifetime, but can go out of balance as it's influenced by the time of day, the season, your diet, environmental conditions, and your place in the stages of life. Your doshic state in a given moment is called your vikriti. Vikriti may be in balance with your prakriti. When vikriti is in balance with prakriti, everything is in balance. When vikriti is not in balance with prakriti, there is no balance. According to Ayurveda, doshic imbalance is the first stage of a disease process. Ayurveda teaches that in a state of doshic balance, you can experience true health and happiness. Ayurveda gives you the necessary guidance to live in harmony with your true nature as you experience all of the doshic influences encountered in life. Ayurveda gifts you with the knowledge of how to use foods, herbs, oils, gems, metals, colors, meditation, and hatha yoga to maintain doshic balance. Ayurveda helps to regain or maintain balance through the pairing of opposite actions, thereby keeping your natural qualities, determined by your dominant doshas and primary elements, from becoming excessive. Personal balance is a continuous process that happens throughout your day. It is a matter of understanding what brings you into balance and applying those methods in an ongoing manner. As Ayurveda encourages you to acknowledge your original and unique nature, it empowers you to walk your individual and perfect path to balance and bliss. Thank you for viewing this course. I hope that you found it helpful as a brief introduction to Ayurveda. If you choose, you can sample a short quiz on the course material. Blessings.